Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI. We are at Northreach and we are basically trying to scope the place out from both sides, because there are things happening here that does not sound good, because the Duke, he wants to take over the place and make it the new capital. Yeah, and the locals, they're not having it. So we have talked to the locals about how they thought about the Duke, and it's clear they don't like him, they support the Dame, and if there is going to be a revolt, they will join in. So now what we want to do is look at from the other side and look what the soldiers think about the Duke and this entire situation, to see if they are in full support or if there are like cracks in that front there. So I just gonna assume that that is what's gonna happen, that we're gonna find a few soldiers that do not fully agree with the Duke, meaning that we can threaten a revolt at the Duke, knowing that the soldiers will not support them.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Okay, I thought we were going to talk to soldiers, but we're going to talk to the townsfolk inside the town instead of in front of it. Okay, well, it does make a point, I guess.
mean, it'd be nice if we could all do whatever the hell we wanted and not end up being torn to shreds by a swarm of fiends. But we can't, so we've got to make sacrifices, just like the Duke of Oriflamme says.
That is an entirely different tune than the people from the outside, isn't it? Alright. But I'm hoping we will talk. Oh, this is a soldier.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Which I can understand this position. Your family is most important.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the Dame. But I'm with the Duke on this one. If turning this place into a fortress is what it takes to protect my family, I'll do it.
Yeah, so he's not technically with the Duke, he's with anybody that he feels like can protect his family, which, like I said, very understandable.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreak is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
What the common folk don't understand is, this is for them too. Either we turn the Empire back into a force to be reckoned with, or we live in fear the rest of our lives.
So basically the people on the inside are more like, yeah, I need to protect what's mine, and a lot of soldiers will be able to do that. So it's worth giving in a little bit of our wealth. And the people on the outside, they don't have the protection to begin with, so the only thing they do have is their wealth, and he wants to take it from them. So that's what they're coming from. Alright, let's see what Philippe is saying about this. I thought the marker was on the guy on the shuttle. Oh wait, must be the guy standing over there. Yeah, I found it strange that it was a person with a helmet on.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
He didn't need a lot of convincing, did he? Let's see if we can
Philippe
still
wants
help.
to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Alright, let's go back then. I do wonder what's gonna happen with this. Because the Duke will not take it lying down, I'm sure.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I wonder if a lot of soldiers are gonna cross over to help Philippe out of respect for him.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Which is fine. We are here to help the people. No matter under what management they are. I do prefer the Dame though, if I had a choice. Level up. Level 41. Perfect.
Despite my repeated advances, His Eminence has proven a difficult conquest. Fortunately, I am nothing if not persistent. But, be that as it may, I might yet need you to press the point.
Well, if that time comes, you know where to find us. Alright. Is there still a point on the hideaway? There is, so there might have been an additional quest since we left. Alright, let's see which one it is. Because I honestly thought it was gonna be like the board where all the outside quests were noted. Where is it? Ooh, someone wrote us a letter. Right, let's have a look and see who it is. Let's have a quick look to see if we need some resupplying.
Still alive, are ya? Coin purse weighing you down?
Nope, we're good on that front.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect?
Okay, so we got 5 letters and one of them has a quest. Alright, let's see. In Lost there will be found. It is hard to believe Theo's gone. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds or readying the packs, yet he is not. And it is everything I can do to not fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but that doesn't mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all we have here together, so as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me. And I shall honor him in death by carrying on what he strove for in his life. That is what I chose. Eloise. Nice. The courage to fight. What happened in Eastpool with the bearers and the guardians has been a long time coming. I am proud that I could finally happen here in Rosaria. The Duchy of Old may be no more, but the Archduke Elwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many. And it is through victories such as these that fire will spread. This is only the beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is. It definitely was. Telemon Maid. Oh, thanks again for helping get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owain and them lot would still be stuck stilling Blight water over a boner. There's always room for improvement though, so don't get your don't get your pants in a knot should I come a-knocking at your chamber door looking for more spheres and ash and whatnot. A healer's place. Well, thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowds believes, we physicers are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every word, save every life. The only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its toenails. That is true. Captain Dorys. Sir, I and other curse breakers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest here recent investigations have visited upon her, Lady Dorys refuses all offer of assistance. If it is not too much trouble, I would ask that you please speak with the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply. Will you heed Cole's request? Most definitely.
There's no way of knowing if Dorys will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
That we can. Is she gonna be at the hideaway? It does seem that way. Alright, let's have a little bit of a chat, shall we? And see if we can do something to lighten the spirits.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Dorys. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's alright.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Going alone. Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
I would have gone to Martha's Rest with Dorys, but she ordered me to stay behind. And I'm not about to start disobeying orders.
Well, let's just have a little bit of a look-see, shall we? But first, let's see what kind of things we've unlocked with all the renown we've collected.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Yeah, we always like our desserts, you know that. Alright, so we are almost at 1635, which will give us another 2500 ability points, which we can play around with. Clutch Mine, Ryrite, a Talisman of Priming. And Genji gloves, ooh, that's an old famous one. A Fallen Enigma. Well, any material that has yellow or blue colors, we definitely like. And seeing as the amount of points there are still many side quests for us to get. And I have heard of people, when I see messages come by on Twitter, that when the closer you get to the end, the more side quests you get. So we have still a lot of things to look forward to.
You earned this.
Oh, thank you.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Alright, so for now, let's head over to Martha's Rest. And see if we can help Dorys.
Dorys should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
She probably isn't, and this is probably just a chase around the map kind of thing. Well, we'll find her eventually.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
Anybody close by that knows something?
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin? Look for busy bladesmiths.
We always are. Well, it is in that area.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this stone set.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Dorys. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine,
that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Alright, let's do this. Let's save some bearers.
She asked me to join her at the Baum Archers. It's a wonder she still trusts me after everything that happened.
Well, she might not be too well informed, or else she would have said no. Alright, let's see how far that is. That is actually a lot close to this one here. Alright, let's get out of the... Well, I was gonna say town, but this is an abandoned, fallen place, so... I think ruins is the best we can describe it as.
Ready, girl? Faster!
Alright, I'm guessing we're going to use our old path? Yeah. Well, we're fully stocked, so there's nothing that can stop us.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Dorys come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Very cold.
Welcome to try.
Wait, is the magician still here? Oh, there's another one. Well, hello.
It's over.
Mercy.
And the last one, mercy! Hell no. No mercy for you. It's a bunch of slavers, really.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Dorys. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
Yeah, we have a few places we can lead them to, where they can be somewhat free.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Cole would be very happy if we did that. Just a little bit of information. Sometime later.
Welcome back, Sid. Dorys's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and Muleta. You don't need to worry about Dorys anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Dorys.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Dorys. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Yeah, because they work not only for him, but with him as well. And the best thing he can do is look after them, just like they look after him. Right, that should finally be all the side quests that we have. Let's check the big map. And do we see anything? Nothing hidden across the pond? No. No, I think we're good. So let's head over to the infirmary and continue with the main story. Finally. But yeah, I do like to stick to the principle of always finishing up your side quest whenever you can. If it isn't for an extra bit of story, it's for an enhancement to the game itself. And it gives us experience, so we have a potential level up too. So many reasons to just go for it.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Yeah. You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
I'm sure he does. Especially after seeing what he did to his own town. The Crystalline Dominion. The Nameless Slum. The sending of so many loved ones. Yeah.
What is this place?
Don't move.
She's giving him something to drink. She's a really nice girl.
Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima?
Oh yes, he definitely did. He wanted you crazy.
You. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
I'm sure he will. If he finds a way to atone for his sins. And like I said, Ultima guided his hand. Yes, he might have done it eventually, but without the push that Ultima gave him, he wouldn't have done it, or at least not in that way.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Yeah. We could always use another dominant when fighting Barnabas.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash. Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
But isn't that part of the reason why he wants his brother by his side? So he can keep an eye on him at all times? Which is not a bad idea, to be honest.
You've seen more of the world these past 5 years than most do in a lifetime. It's a shame you never had a moment to enjoy it.
Well, he enjoyed some parts of it, I'm sure. But helping people, definitely a priority for him. Let's speak to Vivian, or you know what? Let's leave that for the next one. Let's give a slight talk to Otto.
You need anything, you just ask. We might not have your uncle's resources, but resourcefulness we've got in spades.
Ah, that we know. That we definitely know. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it here. Next time we're gonna talk to Vivian Ninetails and see if we can figure out a place where to land over at the Ash, because like I said, they're all very hostile to us, but there might be a place or two where they don't expect us to come on land. And once we're on land, we could slowly move our way forward to the Mother Crystal, because that is where we're going. The Mother Crystal, and to destroy it. And I do believe that is where we're gonna find Barnabas once again, and then we have to face him in full, I'm pretty sure, and I think we're ready for it. Because with Jill's powers that we got now, it will definitely help staggering it a lot sooner, and by staggering it, doing a lot more damage. So I see a lot of potential in that. But for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue moving forward towards the last Mother Crystal. See you then. Bye bye.